Good morning. I just got off the phone with my mother. She called and I said, Mom, I'm going live in about 2 minutes. So unless you want this to be a very public conversation, I need to let you go. She called me about some beef stew brunch. I think that my cousin she said he made enough beef stew for an army. So I don't know. He likes to try out the new recipes and stuff, I guess. Let me put on my glasses so I can actually see who's here. And good morning, everyone. Veronica, good morning. Good morning, Glam fam. I have my second coffee, taking a break from editing. I'm going to hang with y'all and relist on the side. That is perfect. That is also my type of that's my type of morning. Hello and good morning, everyone. Hello, Johnny, my love. How are you this morning? I hope you and Robert are doing great. Susan, hi. Good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. And it's Glamma. Hi, Jamie. How you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you. I'm still in my giant flannel nightie. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Yes. We can hang like that. Oh, no. She's figuring out how to edit with Filmora. I don't know how to edit with anything else either. Your husband went fishing. Oh, I love that. It's kind of a nice, quiet morning when they're not in the house and they're not like, all revved up to get Saturday stuff done. And they're like, oh, let's clean out the garage. And you're like, I was kind of hoping maybe not to do that. Good morning, Kristen. How are you? Good morning. It's good to see you. I hope the bins are treating you extremely well. I'm just going to photograph and list all day. I know that feeling. I'm still in my giant t-shirt and PJs. To tell you the truth, guys, this is what I did. Okay, so I thrifted this blouse, and I wanted to try it on. So I just ironed it this morning, and then I tried it on, and I thought, well, I'll wear it for the show. Below this, though, there is a pair of very warm, furry sweatpants, some white socks, and a pair of smiley face slippers. I've got on jewelry on top, party on top, and relaxed on the bottom. My kid is figuring out how to create his own Roblox game, so we're having a nerdy morning. That's not a bad thing. Oh, man, my husband never stops doing stuff. Yeah, mine is like, I don't know. I have to quit feeding him caffeine. I still am my giant t-shirt PJs. That sounds so nice. You're in your emotional support sweater. I've seen it. It's cute. I get to see the grandbaby who lives out of state for a few hours while they have a layover here in Denver. Nice. Oh, grandkids are the best. Grandkids are the best. I save up stuff around the house and get arts and crafts stuff from auctions and things like that, just so that I can have fun stuff to do when they're here. And then, of course, then we go to, they love this. There's this local buffet that used to be a Ponderosa, and it's now like Wesley Rogers, which is pretty much the exact same thing. They just changed the name. And they love it because they get to pick out their own food. So it's, a cheap dinner out. Me and the kids, we just go and have some buffet, and, they love it. And I get a somewhat crappy steak, but still, steak is steak. So yeah, we have a good time. And then I give them, 2 stacks of quarters. Will get them so much fun for like half an hour. They just put them in the machine, and there's this little chicken that I don't want to go too far into it, I guess, but it poops out little eggs that have like little goofy toys in them or whatever. So it's, yeah. I have a drawer of stuff to do. I have a drawer where they can pick something to take home with them. Oh, I love that. Wait, did somebody say MKT is here? How did I miss her? Is Mom here? Okay, Mom, if you're here, hello. I don't see you in the chat for some reason. Going to Golden Corral buffet this afternoon. My husband and my brother-in-law both just swear by that place. They love that. They love that thing. They cannot get enough Golden Corral. I've seen that chicken, right? It goes, yeah, it's that little machine, and you put it in the quarters, and it goes, and then it poops out this little plastic egg, and then they open up the egg, and there's like the cheapest toys on the planet. I'm surprised they're not. I mean, it's just absolute trash, but they love it. And then there's one that poops out like little rubber duckies. I don't know. They love that one too. So it's a lot of fun for them. And yeah, grandbabies are the best. They are awesome. And you hope that you get the golden egg. Yeah, the golden egg is supposed to have something special in it. I don't remember what it is, but it's supposed to have something special. Jessica, good morning. I hope that you and your family and your kids are doing well this morning. I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you all so much for coming today. I really appreciate the time that we spend together, and I appreciate that you're, letting me be a part of your weekend. So let's go ahead and talk. I am gonna, you pimp me out. Jessica, if anybody else said that to me, I'd punch him in the nose, but I know what you mean by that, and I think it's really special. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Golden egg has a less crappy toy. Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay. In news of the closet this morning, we're just going to talk a little bit about what's on the schedule. Thursday mornings with Johnny, I have been on live at 7:30 a.m. And that's every Thursday morning, just to talk about Poshmark. Sometimes I have the answers, sometimes I don't, but I am on Poshmark a lot. So, there are a lot of people, I think in the hard goods community, there are a lot of people who are a little intimidated by, trying a new platform, or they're really intimidated by the social aspect of Poshmark, which really isn't as social. For anyone who sells on Poshmark, some of you do, most of you do, I think. It's really not as social as people think it is. I think it's definitely not as social as they had originally intended. So that's, hopefully helping anybody. I don't know. Saturday mornings, we will continue with our 10 a.m. lives every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central. And that is 11 a.m. Eastern. Yes, 11 a.m. Eastern. Now, this coming Thursday night, February the 23rd at 7 p.m., I miss my beardos on Thursday nights. I miss seeing my beardos. So while Nate's away, the Glamz will play. And so I have a Glamma's very opinionated and super salty red carpet review. And we're going to be talking about the Brit Awards, the Golden Globes, the New York Haute Couture Fashion Week, and the Grammys. So we're going to be talking about those. I do have some photo evidence of what I'm talking about, and hopefully that'll work for me. Now, I thought I saw somebody come into the chat. Somebody new. Who am I missing? Angie. Good morning, Angie Resells. Hello, sweetie. She has an auction at 9:00 tonight on her channel. She always sells great stuff. I love buying from Angie. So check her out tonight at 9:00. You got to come to Glamma on Saturday morning for Posh Social. Well, you don't gotta, but it's more fun if you do. More fun for me if you do anyway. And then we'll relist and relax right after that on Thursday night. On Thursday night, after my red carpet review, you'll probably have about a half an hour, 45 minutes to grab some coffee, take some pictures, get ready, and we're going to relist and relax at 9:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central, or is it 8:30, Ronnie, Eastern, 7:30 Central, at Veronica's Closet. Veronica Mitke, sorry. This girl right here. Ronnie, can you confirm the time? I thought it was 9 Eastern, 8 Central, but I may be thinking about the time that we normally like meet to list privately. So let us know in the chat, please. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Again, it's just, I hope you can join me at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern this coming Thursday for some really, really fun and super salty red carpet reviews. Not everything. I have my best of and my worst of. I have my favorites and my not favorites, and they may surprise you. Actually, they might surprise you because I am a Schiaparelli girl. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk a little bit about fashion update. I did pin at the top of the chat my Ask the Chat question of this morning. Are there one brand or type of shoe that you think defies style trends, and they're always a good investment? They're sort of recession proof. Does anybody have those type of shoes that you think are always a good buy? In my particular instance, in my opinion, cowboy boots are one of those things. Now they do have to be leather cowboy boots. You can't have you can have man-made cowboy boots, but nobody who wears cowboy boots wants those. Cameron Mitke, hello, good morning, baby. Mwah. All you fashionistas, listen to you. Like you're not a fashionista. He's so fashionable. So we're going to talk a little bit about the shoe trends for 2023. And I'm interested to see what your reactions are for the shoe question. So we'll get back to that in just a second. The 2023 shoe trends that we're seeing, the number one thing that we're seeing on the market and the number one seller, Adidas Samba soccer shoes. I don't know if probably everybody had the kids in high school or in grade school who played soccer, and they're those soccer shoes, except not cleats. They're like tennis shoes, but they look like those. They come in different colors. They have like suede ones now. So those are kind of the hot shoe for this year that I'm hearing about in more than one place. So keep an eye on those if you come across some Adidas Samba soccer shoes. Flat loafers, but this time last year, it was the really thick lug loafers. It's not this year. It's actually the flat loafers that are like regular loafers. And especially in the different colors. So the blue, the pink, the purple, the whatever. Those types of colors. Platform shoes. Platform shoes are still in, and especially platform heels. So keep an eye out for those. The sculptured novelty heels are still, they're sort of making a little bit of a comeback. But again, they're really super hard to walk in. And so probably I wouldn't sell those outside of a really young sort of area, or the real, which is, where people who don't, that's where the fashionistas shop. Ballet flats are back, and they are back in a big, big, big way. Miu Miu has a satin ballet flat that is completely hot this season. So Miu Miu, keep an eye out. Miuccia Prada knows what she's doing. Oversized boots, oversized sneakers. So anything that is going to take a skinny leg and look like it has like an anchor on the end, probably those are going to be really, really hot this year too. And finally, I'm seeing kitten heel square-toed slingback sandals, a la 2001. And with the little kitten heel, the kitten heels are back too, which are woefully uncomfortable and awful. But there we go. Good morning, Cheryl. It's good to see you this morning. How are you? Hey, there's my thrifty broad. How you doing, baby girl? It's good to see you this morning. Okay, so let's go back up in the chat because Susan's Nexus said UGG and UGG slippers. I would agree. UGGs seem to be recession proof. Now I do have a pair of UGGs that's sitting in my closet that is not selling right now, but it would be unusual for them to sell right now because we're at the end of the, kind of the winter season. Right in the fall, everybody's looking for new Uggs. But yeah, I think Uggs and Ugg slippers especially. I actually bought my husband a pair of Ugg slippers that he just loves. Chucks. Yep. Converse Chucks. Yes. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I think Converse are one of those things that have been popular since I don't know, 50, whatever that they came out, or maybe 40s. I don't know. I think in the 50s though they came out. And I think that they're never not going to sell as long as there are skaters, as long as there are punks, as long as there are people who, who don't have super high arches. I think that you're always going to find that Converse will be popular. So that's a great one. Birkenstocks will always sell, or Birkenstocks. Birkenstocks will always sell. I think that is kind of the comfort shoes. Yeah. Oh, the indoor soccer shoes. Yes. Yeah. The indoor soccer shoes. That's exactly the Adidas Samba soccer shoes. Mm-hmm. And ankle booties, that one, yes and no, I think. Maybe I would say there are some, I have seen some, I've been alive long enough, Veronica, to actually see some years where nobody wants an ankle booty. But I do think that since they became really, really popular in the past 20 years, I think that we're going to keep seeing them. Absolutely. Liv, good morning. You're in Arizona on vacation, supposed to be flying back. I'm tight right now, but broke my ankle in 3 spots and dislocated yesterday. Oh my God, you're at the hospital waiting for surgery. Good Lord, have mercy. Were you rock climbing? Liv, we hope that you have a great successful surgery. And I can't even imagine what an awful way to ruin your visit or ruin your vacation. So I sincerely hope that they're able to get you all fixed up. And yeah, I hope you're not in too much pain as well. Glad I finally caught the live. I'm glad you did too. Thank you so much. And Liv, we have lots of well wishes for you. Yes, we hope that the surgery goes well, that your recovery is very low on pain, and that it goes very fast. Liv, our thoughts are with you today. My Lord, have mercy. That sucks for a vacation. That sucks. So that is my fashion update for the week. Again, I have my red carpet review on Thursday. So on Thursday night, if you want to hang out, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, we're going to do about an hour of red carpet, Glamma super salty red carpet review. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Parts of it are salty. It's not all salt. This week in sales, I have my notes. And this week in sales, again, it was a really kind of a slow sales week. I had 9 sales this week. And they were mostly kind of, either mid-range or on the lower end. So I sold 1 shirt, 2 dresses, 2 jeans, 1 pair of heels, 1 pair of slippers. Veronica, I sold those Lily Pulitzer slippers right away. 1 piece of jewelry, beautiful necklace. It was like a pearl and gold tone chain and mix, and it was really pretty statement piece. And then 1 intimate, which will go without saying. But so for a total of 9 sales, my average cost of goods was about $3 per item. So that's about a $27 cost of goods. My total after fees and after discounts was $118.99. Not my best week. So minus the $27 in cost of goods, we're looking at about $91.99. So about $92 in profit this week. It is one of those, it is one of those universal truths that unless there's something specific going on that would drive the market, typically mid-month market is that's not the very best selling market. But, pennies in a jar, and every little bit helps. So I think that, I'm grateful for the 9 sales that I made, and hopefully everybody likes their stuff. I think did I see Steph come in? Yes, I saw Steph come in. Good morning, Steph. How are things by the seashore? I hope things by the seashore are fantastic. And Cheryl, did I say good morning, Cheryl? I hope I did. But if not, good morning, my beautiful warrior princess. So back to page 1. And I apologize for sniffling. I don't know what it is, because I'm walking around the house and I'm perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden I turn on the camera and I'm like, I don't know what it is. In reseller news, eBay actually laid off 500 workers last week, about 4% of its labor force, and that was specifically its big corporate place in Silicon Valley. But they did turn around and purchase 3PM Shield, which is an AI fraud detection company. So I'm not sure if eBay is trying to do to their stock what we do to our algorithms, maybe on our platforms. I don't know if they're trying to jiggle the stock. It just seems like a very corporate, very stock decision. The fact that they laid off about 500 workers, though, what does that mean for us? Well, it could mean less customer service. I would guess that it may mean something, and something is getting streamlined, or something is getting, technology is taking over for something that used to be done by people. That always scares me. But that's what's going on with eBay this week. And then the other reseller news that I have is kind of fun. Hey, good morning, Michael. Mwah, there's Michael, my love. I saw you on the auction last night. You're so adorable. Just love my Michael. Etsy, actually, the big news on Etsy this week. Okay, Beyonce wore this mirror ball cowboy hat. And I forget what performance it was that she wore it on. But when they asked her, she bought it on Etsy. And so Etsy has been flooded and sold out of anything that even slightly resembles a mirror ball, like a disco ball cowboy hat. So if you have a disco ball cowboy hat, I would definitely post it on Etsy like today. Put it in Etsy. I just thought that was so funny, because I'm like, it takes literally Kylie Jenner walking out. Was it Kylie Jenner? I don't know, maybe one of the Hadid sisters. It takes one person walking out of their house with a brown North Face puffer jacket to get that started, or Beyonce in the hat to get that started. So you never know. It's always a good idea to pay attention to what is going on in fashion trends, because you could have something that you just think is the most ridiculous or boring thing sitting around your house, and the next thing I know, somebody wears it, and somebody wears their mom's old apron, and now you can't find an apron hardly at all online, or something like that. So always a good idea to kind of pay attention to that fashion news. Even if you're a hard goods reseller, a lot of that stuff, you just never know what's sitting around waiting to make you money. So yeah, I wish we'd see more of that from celebrities normalize buying used. And I have a sneaky suspicion. Yes, I think that Beyonce buying used is a very good thing to model for, for other celebrities. I mean, it's so good for the planet. It's so much better for the planet. And I think too, it supports small businesses. I mean, there's nothing bad about that. So if we could see more celebrities normalize buying used, and I think the key is to recognize too that that I think a lot of them do actually buy used. I think that especially for vintage things and like unique things that you can't find anywhere else, I see a lot of my things go to LA whenever they are really unique or very, very vintage. I just think that you're right, Veronica. We could use, we could use more celebrity endorsements. Who couldn't, though, I guess. Stick some mirror on yourself. I think I am the boring and outdated thing sitting around my house. Me too, Michael. No, you're not. You're adorable. Stick some mirrors on yourself. We're gonna send everybody send Michael some little pieces of disco ball and we can just glue them on him. Here are my salty treats for this week, and I have actually two. Okay, the first one has to do with the picture that you saw that was my cover picture. Jessica, bye. Thank you so much for coming. The picture that you saw that was my cover picture, my thumbnail, it's Croots. Why? Somebody please explain to me why Crocs needs boots, cowboy boots. Crocs, you can't be everything all the time. I just think that cowboy boots with holes in them are really, why would you do that? It's an abomination. It's a fashion abomination. And I can't even. I actually saw those for the first time, not in a funny meme, right? And I was like, oh my God, who thought of this? Who at Crocs was like, you know what, we need to do cowboy boots. And that's the weird thing. Why has anybody bought those? I don't understand. I did find some Crocs at, I have this little hole in the wall place that I go, my little honey hole. And I did come across some Crocs for like $3 a piece. So I picked those up because, you can wash those in the sink or in the bathtub or the dishwasher or whatever, throw them in the things, throw them in the washing machine. But yeah, they're easy to wash. They're easy to sell, and they do sell themselves. They were not Croots. I think that may be where I draw that line in the sand. I can't do it. That's so bad. Maybe for a planter, I don't know. Now the second one is a little bit more serious. The second one's a little bit more serious. It's not super serious, but it's a little bit more serious. I don't like it. The YouTube shorts, I started watching those, right? And what I found was that there are a lot of people that are using their platform to show how generous they are. They're showing their largesse. So rather than give somebody something that they may need, rather than give a homeless person a haircut and let them go, they actually have to put that person on video. Or rather than giving somebody, some guy who walks to work, rather than giving him the car, they give him, they tape it. Rather than doing, I was raised to do your good deeds in private when possible. Now, if you have a fundraiser, and I actually do have a fundraiser that I'm working on for my channel, for something. If you have a fundraiser, there's no way to do that privately. You have to raise the money. But yeah, yes, thank you. Christy Dawn did that. She's a terrible person. I don't know who Christy Dawn is. I'll have to look that up. Performative altruism. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's like they're just like, here, let me show you how generous and what a great person I am. I'm like, how about you just be a generous and good person, and maybe just keep that to yourself and not humiliate the person that you're giving something to. It's like, It's like, hey, Mike, remember that one time that I helped you out with your bills? It's kind of, I don't agree with that. I just think it's being poor and being able to not afford some of life's basics is humiliating enough. I grew up poor and it was absolutely humiliating. And I just, yeah, I just don't agree with it. And so I've been having real trouble watching that. Yeah, it's gross. It is gross. It is so gross. Oh, there are a lot of scam videos about her. I love watching them. I'm gonna have to go back and look for that. Steph, yes, exactly. That is the perfect term for it. Generous as long as everyone sees how great they are and can make them the center of attention. I hate attention seekers. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I everybody's got some attention seeking. I've got a channel on YouTube, then I just go on and blab. But when you're doing that at somebody's expense, I don't like that. You grew up poor as well. So I mean, honestly, there are so many embarrassing moments when you're poor. When you're poor or when you have hard times, it's so embarrassing to begin with, especially in the type of society where the success is part of your identity or whatever. Christy Dawn, the designer, I'll have to look. I gotta look into that. Yeah, I hate when celebs auction off their stuff and donate the proceeds. Like, just effing give your own money to the cause by making a spectacle. That's exactly the thing. Or at least if they didn't put the person being helped on blast for having a need. Yes, Jamie, that is exactly right. Michael says, when helping others, it should be about uplifting the person without tearing down their pride and dignity. Thank you. You aren't doing this to build up others, not tear them down, Dana. Well, that's true. Yes. Hopefully I'm not. I don't feel like I am. But I expect if I'm full of BS, you call me on it, baby. All y'all. Okay, Christy Dawn. I'm going to have to check her out. Oh, Brittany Dawn, not Christy Dawn. Okay, Brittany Dawn. I'm going to be like peeping this video later. I'm going to go back through the chat going, who is that again? But there are some YouTubers who have channels and that's what they do and walk away. All of them are not bad. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying I don't like the idea of and this is a personal thing, but I don't like the idea of it. If your YouTube channel is paying for what you're giving, that's one thing, I guess, maybe. But I just don't like the idea of publicly putting somebody in the spotlight when they're already in like a bad or humiliating position, I think. So you never know though, Cheryl, you do have a point, and I think it is important to give, people the benefit of the doubt when possible. For example, give me the benefit of the doubt that I'm not actually searching for the chin hair that I missed this morning. There's a big long one too. It's going to end up, I just know it's going to end up in my lap, or I'm going to braid it or something. Let's see. I hate the ones that constantly film their kids. Oh, that's a whole nother subject, because, why don't you just put a sign on your kid's neck that says pedophile, come get me? I'm sorry. I do not like to see little kids on YouTube. I just picture my grandchildren and no freaking way. Good morning, Dawn and Mary. Hi. Good morning, two hip chicks. It's good to see you this morning. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, I just stop exploiting your kids for money. And that's a whole nother thing, honey. And now it is time for the 7th inning stretch. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is we're just going to take 30 seconds together and just stretch out in our chairs, or stand up and stretch out. Now I'm going to stretch out in my chair today because I've actually got my backdrop, my what do you call it? My folding screen. I've actually got that right behind me, and it's too close for me to move anything. So, yeah, my blouse is all over the place now. But yeah, just take a minute and stretch out. Stretch with me. Stretch your legs. We spend so much time in chairs sometimes, and I'm actually stretching out my calves right now, if you're wondering what I'm doing. And I think it's not a bad thing just to get a little stretched out. Oh, Angie Resell, saw your TikTok, living the reseller life right before this came on. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. No jumping jacks this morning. No, I'm not asking you to jump. Just stretch out a little bit. She said that's a different show. That is a different show. Okay. Now that we have stretched, I do want to ask the chat again. What is one item that you have paid up for that you do not regret buying, that you don't regret paying up for? Yeah, not you live, you stay still. That's true. Stay right where you are. Said, girl, I'm so old. If I stretch, some parts may no longer snap back into place. Child, you should hear me. I sound like Rice Krispies when I get out of bed. It's so messed up. I need to get ready to head out, checking out a new thrift store today. Oh, we love a new thrift store. I need a new one. Prices are rising everywhere I go. Ain't that the truth? Cheryl, that is the honest to God truth. Thank God I've got this little hole in the wall place where it's just a bunch of old people. It's just like what the British would call, I guess, a charity shop. And it really is just a bunch of old people, and they play the most banging oldies music, like really good stuff. And I just go there. That's like my happy place. Like they don't have as much of a, I'm not going to find probably, Oscar de la Renta there or whatever, but they honestly are they're just fun. They're welcoming. They're sweet, and their vintage stuff is off the chain. Old people giving to old people so that young people can come along and buy just the best vintage stuff. They have great vintage. So yeah, that's my happy place. So I hope this becomes your new happy place, Cheryl. I officially make old people noises now whenever I get up off the couch. Oh yeah, do you do that? I've done that. Where it's like, or you get up and you like your ankles pop or your knees pop. It's really fun. Good morning, Dawn. How are you doing this morning, baby? It's good to see you. So is there any one item that you've paid up for that you really don't regret paying up for it? Or is there one item that you will pay up for pretty consistently that you feel like it's worth paying up for? Let me know. And while we're doing that, I am going to round us up with the sweets for the sweetest for this week. Angie Resells, actually, and Kristen with the Rural Squirrel are on my list. I wanted to thank them for having such a great hangout on Tuesday. They really have a great hangout, like a listing hangout. And it's just the two of them listing. It's kind of like Veronica's Relist and Relax, where you just kind of get to hang out with people who are, your coworkers, your colleagues, right? People who have things in common, people who you can go, oh, what's that thing? And everybody's like, oh, it's a folded pleat or whatever it is. So I really enjoyed my time with them on Tuesday, and please check them out on Tuesdays during the day. It was kind of nice to be able to listen during the day. Sometimes at night we get a little busy. So Angie and Kristen, thank you so much. I really appreciated my time with you, and I had a good time. Hey, Ella. How you doing, baby? Yeah, pink hand waving, pink hand waving. My pink hand's waving to you too. I try to keep my pink hand strong. See what I did there? I also wanted to thank Carboot Chris and Belle with Cookie and the Haydens out of the UK for their very honest video about possibly taking a full-time job. You see a lot of resellers talk about how successful you can be in reselling, and there is certainly truth to that. But Chris took a different angle. He was looking at he got a alert, I guess, or whatever, for a job offer. He's already retired from the police force, I think. He got an alert for a job offer with a company excuse me, with a train company that I think was a fairly lucrative job. And so he talked about the reasons why he actually considered looking at it, because he was like, look, in the reseller life, you don't have like normally insurance, and you don't have benefits, you don't have paid holidays and paid vacations and things like that. So I think there were, it was a very good pro and con. And I think for anyone who reaches that crossroads in reselling, when they're like, okay, do I move forward? Do I not? Do I keep doing this, or do I do something else? I think it's a really good one to see. It's just kind of it's a comparison, and it was a very, very honest one. And I thought that was very brave to do. And so that was really happy for me to watch, and I'm grateful for that. The two old guys, Mark and Mike, Two Old Guys Vintage, for the sweetest thank you notes. Every time I order from them, they send me just these sweetest thank you notes. I love ordering from them. And it makes a huge difference when it's somebody who actually, that with Poshmark, I tend to send a little gift with purchase situation. You guys have heard me talk about that before. It's like a little Purell, a 1 ounce Purell. But when it comes to like, people that and that are in the community, sometimes a little thank you note and sometimes a little, a special hello mean all the world. So I thank you for the thank you notes. They're really super sweet. Do we not love Mark and Michael? Yes. Dawn, that's a great question. We'll come back to it in just a second. Let me go ahead and star that so I don't forget where it is. And then to the Kansas City Chiefs. To the Kansas City Chiefs for making Missouri proud this week, for making me proud to be a Midwestern, for carrying on their job. And also, and this is really important, for me being able to go nanner boo-boo to Glamma, who was rooting for the Eagles the whole way. And I thought that was very traitorous because he's from the Midwest. It's a Midwestern team. They're here in Missouri. And yet he's, NFC versus AFC, blah, blah, blah. And I am, no, I'm so Midwestern. I make my own casseroles and everything. So yeah, I really, to the Kansas City Chiefs, you go. Thank you. Now I do want to talk a little bit about my moment of joy this week. Okay, there is a show. It's Tam and Belle Resell. Okay, and they had a dumpster haul where they actually climbed into the dumpster of either a thrift store or like a charity shop or something like that. And they got so much. They got like all this vintage Ed Hardy stuff. It was crazy, the good stuff that they got. But here's the cool thing. Tam and Belle are from Scotland, and they have a very, very thick Scottish accent. I actually had to rewind. I had to stop and go blah, blah, and rewind in a couple of places because their Scottish accent was to my ears, of course, to my American ears. It was very thick, but it was also so much fun to listen to them talk about reselling. It was so much fun to listen to them talk, period. I could probably listen to them read the phone book, and they are fantastic. So if you love a good, thick Scottish accent, you got to check out Tam and Bell Resell. I just absolutely love them. Okay, so we're going to get back to Dawn's question. What clothes sell good for y'all on Poshmark? Honestly, Dawn, it depends on the season. Currently, nothing, Dawn. More trendy items, less mature brands, and stuff like that. Skirts and a linen apron just sold for me on Poshmark. Yeah. I think it has more to do with what's trending as far as what's coming up. So, for example, this week I sold a couple of dresses because wedding season's coming up, graduation season's coming up. People have events that are coming up in the warmer weather, Easter, things like that. Hello, Lisette. Mwah. Hello, gorgeous. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you. So I think it really just depends on what's coming up seasonally. Within the next month or two, we're going to see swimsuits start to fly, shorts, things that are springy right now, things that are springy like this, where it's got like the floral patterns, where it's got like, the pastel colors and things like that. We're going to see a lot of that. That's going to walk up the door within the next 2 months. Now, ironically, on the darker side of the same coin, Wednesday Addams is a huge phenomenon. All the kids want all the Wednesday Addams gothy stuff. So on the one side, you're selling this, right, to all the moms, all the girls who are graduating, all of that, and on the other side, you're also selling black lug boots at the same time, at the exact same time. So yeah. Oh no, John, his internet keeps going out. Good morning, Bama. How are you, sweetie? Okay, I'm gonna try again because my internet keeps going out. Good morning, everybody. Everybody, he said. Roll Tide. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. So yeah, I would say that those are going to be the things like sandals. You're going to see a lot of that stuff. So if you have that stuff sitting in your death pile, now would be the time for spring and summer. Now is the time to list that stuff. This is the time when, the Lululemons are going to go out. The shorts are going to go out, the, workout stuff, all of that. So keep an eye out for that. Oh my God, Roll Tide. See, okay, I did it. I did it right. And then just wanted to, again, revisit this coming Thursday on the 23rd at 7 p.m. We have live my red carpet review, Glamma, super salty and very opinionated red carpet review. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that too. I just love it. And it's not mean. It's just a little salty. I'm like, are you kidding? Why would they put you in that? And Dawn, you are very welcome. Very welcome. It's really seasonal is the number one. Now, interestingly enough, Lori's Boston Found, and there was somebody else who was saying it too. And Chloe with Cuberly Chaos too were telling me last January to pick up a denim box from ThredUp. And so I actually got one last year, and I'm getting one delivered to me this year. For some reason, there's a lot of denim that's selling right now. They still like the medium and high waist. The denim though that's going to probably move the fastest right now would be the wide-legged denim and the flare denim, as opposed to the skinny jeans. It's not that people aren't still wearing skinny jeans. People still wear all sorts of stuff. But those are the ones that are really getting the most attention right now. So keep an eye out for those as well. White tanks too, but I don't know. I think you'd have to have a 5-pack of them or a bundle. I would bundle those maybe or something like that if you have a bunch of them. So I think we are just about ready to wrap this up for our week. Out doing deliveries today. Oh, wow. Hello. Veronica, thank you so much for dropping my link. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate each and every one of you that came to the live this morning. Thank you so much for doing so. I know that you're all busy and you all have lives on Saturdays, so I really appreciate your coming and spending a little time with me today. Just again, to wrap things up, I hopefully will see you on Thursday. And in the meantime, never forget, please don't ever forget, the Glamma loves you. Bye. Have a great weekend.